have a busy schedule, but you want to find a way to build a business from home, build your current business from home, make some income from home, because right now prices on everything are going up. And let's face it, we're kind of hitting that time where, um, it's harder and harder to make ends meet. So I've got a few tips for you today if you're having trouble fitting your business in around your schedule. So if you're new on here, welcome. If you're a returning visitor, it's good to see you. My name is Brooke Oaks from brookeoaks.com, where you can find tips, tools, and resources to help you build your business from home without paying for ads, because it's one less thing that you need to pay for, right? So let's dive in. Also, be sure to tell me which platform you're tuning in from. I go live on several, and I always like to see who's on here, what are some of the takeaways you have, and what are some of your questions that maybe I can answer, because those are my favorite to do on here when I know there's something that someone wants. Try that again. Like I said, if anyone can do this, if I can do this, anyone can do this. I love when I get your messages asking for specific topics, because that makes it easy for me to figure out what it is that you guys need help with. So let's dive in. So you have a busy schedule, right? Maybe you've got a job, you've got a family, you've got a lot of running around to do. Maybe you have kids that do sports. Maybe you do a lot of traveling, whatever it may be. Your schedule is busy and you don't know how to fit in a home business in a busy schedule. Like, is it even possible to have another stream of income? By the way, on the topic of other streams of income, I read a really cool fact that people who are wealthy, do you know that they have an average of 7 streams of income? That's not just one job. Like, they have 7 different ways that they're bringing income in. So if you've never thought of having your own home business, maybe that could be something to help you really get on the way, on the path of, making ends meet, helping you get where you're going. I mean, my friend Michelle, she is a mom of 3 of triplets, and she owns her own senior living home, and she is killing it. Like, with everything that she does, she just won one of our trips. And so if she can do it, I think, it's possible for most of us to do it, right? So how do you fit it into a busy schedule? How can you create a way to have some residual income around a busy schedule? Well, first of all, you have to find what it is that you're passionate about, because if what you're doing is not something that you enjoy, you're not going to continue doing it, right? So that's the first thing. You need to find what it is that you enjoy doing. You have to have belief, because without that belief, without that passion, you're not going to take the steps that you need to do. So really look at, if you have a home business currently that you're doing around another job, trying to make it successful, and you're kind of struggling, kind of look at your own mindset and where you're at, because you will always make a priority the things that matter to you, right? You're going to make a priority for your family. You're going to make a priority to eat. You're going to make a priority to drive to work. You're going to make whatever is important to you, you're going to make a priority. So typically, when people come in and they want to start a home business, they have in their mind that they want to create something better. Maybe they need some gas money. Maybe they need money for tires. That was me. I just needed money for my tires. Um, that's how I got started in this. Maybe they want to be able to buy things for their kids when their kids want things, right? Look at your reason for joining your home business and think of that reason as something that you want to be a priority, right? It doesn't have to take all day every day. It doesn't have to consume your life, but you have to put time into it, right? There are 2 investments you will make in life. One is in money and one is in time. So if you're not putting the investment of money into something, you're going to be putting the investment of time. And personally, my time means a ton to me. So if I'm putting time into something, it's because it matters to me. It's something that I want to see happen. So look at your own thoughts about that. Does time mean more to you, or does money mean more to you? That's something to really consider when you're trying to figure out how to leverage your home business, which is a story for another time. But so what I really had to do, maybe this will help you too, is time means the most to me. So if I'm making time for something, that it has to be very important, right? So I had to, in my mind, figure out, okay, if I, like when I started working my home business, I was working at Lowe's, I was a head cashier, and I was really sick. I had Lyme disease. I was always on the couch. I was doing rescue for rescue horses, volunteering, training them. I had a lot going on. So I had to figure out where I could fit small increments of activity, right? And I actually learned to build my business online backwards. And hopefully you don't make this mistake too, because it took me a little bit longer to get going because I did it backwards. What do I mean by doing it backwards? I started out where I actually built a blog and was creating these websites and these funnels and all these things, which are great. But that's more of like a long-term type of thing. So it took me a little bit to get momentum. So I had to really look at where my income producing activities were. And if you're someone who's not going to pay for advertising, then do you hear that? That's funny. That's my dehumidifier. It's very humid today. So I needed to figure out where I could spend my time doing those income producing activities. What are those? With my company, we've got a really simple system. We use a method where we just bring people into a group, we tag them in something, we talk with them. So where could I fit in those 3 steps, right? Where could I fit in connecting with the people that I was going to add in, right? Because you have to always be getting in front of new people. So how was I going to make that happen? And then the rest would obviously fall into place. So my morning for me turned out to be my most precious, my most valuable time, because my morning was where I was creating the post that I was going to put on social media. The morning for me was where I was creating the thing that was going to attract someone to what it is that I have, the offer that I have. And that's where having a system in place makes it really easy, because like what we do, if I could attract that person and find that person by creating that post on social media, that took me maybe 15 minutes max, because I'm on several platforms. Don't forget, it might take you less if you're only on one platform. But so I figured out 15 minutes, I could get all my posts up on social media and I could collect my people that way. Then I could find, on a 15-minute break, I could take those people and I could plug them into my group, right? And then from there at night, I could spend maybe a half hour, maybe an hour, whatever time I had available. Maybe it was only 5 minutes, but all those people that I plugged in, then I could connect with them. And I found this to be the easiest way. 3 simple steps that took just a few minutes a day. So you have to look at what you're doing. If you're overcomplicating things, if you're not getting in front of enough people, that was my biggest struggle when I first started my business on social media, was I wasn't getting in front of enough people. You can talk to the same 5 people till you're blue in the face, and if they don't want to buy, they're not going to buy, right? I didn't have a lot of friends on Facebook when I first started. I didn't have a lot of people on Instagram when I first started. And so I had to get out of my own way. I had to get out of my own head and connect with more people if I was going to make my time use wise, right? If I wanted to use it more wisely, I had to get in front of more people so that I was able to connect with people as necessary. So really making use of timers, really making use of your time Don't just sit there and watch TV for half an hour. If you're watching TV, can you talk with someone while you're watching TV, right? Can you post something while you're watching TV? Um, breakfast was my big thing. Usually I'll drink a shake in the morning, and it's super easy while I'm drinking my shake to sit there and get my post out or connect with people. So if you have a really busy schedule, you really need to look at your use of time and the types of activities that you're doing. And this was like the hardest for me when I first got started because, like I said, I started backwards. I created all these big things. And so if you're going to create this big blog post, this big thing, I had to have a ton of time. And I realized that other people did not want to do that. And I realized I did not want to do that forever. So, really dialing in on being able to connect with new people, being able to talk with them, and being able to put them into things, plug them in so that you have systems doing the work for you. That really made it much easier for my team, for my business, was to plug people in. So look at your timers, look at your planners. Those are two of the things that you really want to leverage, really want to use if you're trying to build something on the side around a job, around a busy life. And if you want some help with this, let me know. I actually have a video series that I can send to you. So thank you for hopping on here, and I will talk to you all.